What's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. Today's story time. It's quite the interesting one. Very interesting one, in my opinion. It involves a friend of mine and me, and this takes place back when I was 17 years old. Now, this was like right before I turned 18, so at this point, I was doing YouTube full time, I was out of school, and I was living a pretty good life, right? Like, everything seemed great, everything seemed perfect, and then, of course, something had to come and mess the whole thing up. So I had this friend, right? Let's call him Ethan. Ethan was a pretty good kid, pretty good friend of mine. I like Ethan. I'm still friends with him to this day. But the thing about Ethan is sometimes he wouldn't really think about things and then just do it, and he'd get in trouble for it. And this is about one of those things. So one day Ethan hits me up, right? He texts me on my phone and he goes, "Yo, Austin, when you see this, call me." So immediately I call him and I'm like, "Yo, what's up, man?" He's like, "Hey, dude, I got a question for you. What do you know about buying stuff on the dark web?" And when he said that, I was like, Ethan, what the hell are you trying to buy, man? He's like, oh, nothing, don't worry about it. I was like, no, Ethan, tell me the fucking truth. What are you trying to buy on the dark web? Like, what are you doing? Like, if you just tell me what you need, I won't tell anyone else. I just want to know. He goes, all right, man, I just want some weed. I was like, dude, you're literally going on the dark web for weed at 17 years old? Like, come on, man. Like, you don't know anybody that could just sell you some right now? He's like, no, dude, honestly, I don't. Do you know anybody? I was like, yeah, hold on. So I hit up a couple of my friends who sell weed, and none of them had any. Really unlucky timing. And I was like, Ethan, just wait a couple weeks, they'll re-up, and then you can buy from them. He's like, nah, man, I need some now. I was like, dude, if you're buying it on the internet, it's going to take way longer to get to you, and you run the risk of getting caught. You run the risk of it being shitty or not what you ordered, or you run the risk of your parents opening the package and you get fucking completely fucked. Like, why would you want to do that? He's like, dude, just trust me. This is my choice. I'm the one to blame if I get caught. Don't worry about me. And I was like, all right, man, whatever. Well, to answer your question, no, I don't know shit about getting anything off the dark web, so you're going to have to find someone else. He goes, well, I watched one of your YouTube videos from back in the day, and, like, you've done it before. Like, what did you do? I was like, bro, you're watching my old videos now? Like, what? He's like, yeah, man, I just saw a couple. Like, you had some videos about the dark web. I was like, dude, you should watch those videos. They were a long time ago, and also, even back then, I didn't really know shit. So, yeah, man, I can't help you. I'm sorry. He's like, all right, man, whatever. I'll let you know how it goes. I'm like, all right, dude, good luck. So, fast forward a couple weeks, right? Literally 2 weeks go by, and I get a phone call from Ethan, and I answer the phone, and immediately I hear a woman's voice, and I was like, hello, is this Ethan? And she goes, no, it's not Ethan. Do you think it's okay to show my son where to buy drugs from on the internet? And when I heard this, I was like, oh shit, fuck, damn it. So I immediately realized this was Ethan's mom, and Ethan had been caught. I'm assuming the package showed up at his house, and she opened it and found it, and then he just said that I was the one that showed him where to go, which wasn't true at all. But I respond to this lady, and I'm like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And she goes, I think you do, Austin. My son told me everything. He told me that you were the one that pointed him in the right direction. Just so you know, I'm going to contact the police and get you arrested. To which I responded, and I was like, you can call the cops if you want to, but I didn't do anything illegal. Your son asked me where he could buy weed on the dark web, to which I said, I don't know. And that was that. Now, of course, I had to leave out the part where I hit up a few friends of mine who sold weed because, I didn't want her knowing about that. But for the most part, I didn't really do anything illegal. I just called a couple friends. That was it. So I responded to her, told her to basically fuck off. She didn't like that very much, and she actually called the cops. Yep, she called them. And they showed up to my fucking house. Literally, like 10 minutes after I got off the phone with her, I get a knock on my front door, and I open the door, and it's a police officer. And I answer the door, and he goes, are you Austin? I was like, yeah. And at this point, I'm kind of shitting myself, because even though I know I didn't really do anything wrong, it's not every day that you have to talk to a cop because somebody's crazy mother called the cops on you for literally fucking nothing to do with you. So I tell him that it's me, that I'm Austin, and he goes, listen, man, I didn't even want to come over here, to be honest. I'm just doing this as a courtesy to the lady that called. You're not in trouble. I'm not going to arrest you because I literally can't. You didn't do anything illegal. But I just told her I'd respond to this to be nice. Did you sell her son weed or something? I was like, no. Her son wanted to find some on the dark web, to which I said, I have no idea where to go for that, man. Like, you're on your own. And that was that. And he goes, what's the dark web? And I just started laughing. I was like, it's just the internet, but places where they sell bad shit. And this cop looks at me and he goes, "What kind of bad shit did they sell on there?" I was like, "Anything you could think of, it's probably on the dark web." He goes, "Really? Anything I could think of?" I was like, "Yep." And he almost seemed interested in going on there. He literally goes, "How do I access it?" And I was like, "Honestly, man, I don't really know." Now, I was lying when I said that. I definitely knew how to do it, but I wasn't about to walk this fucking 50-year-old cop on how to use the dark web. Like, I didn't want to walk him through that. So I just said, "I don't know," because I didn't feel like fucking doing that. I was just not in the mood. And he's like, "Well, I'm going to look into that when I get home. Thanks for telling me about this. Like, really interested." Now, to this day, I still don't know if this cop was interested in the dark web because he wanted to use it to buy bad shit, or because he thought that he was going to like take it down or something because there was illegal things on there. I don't know to this day. But anyway, after I told him about the dark web and shit, he turned around and he walked off my porch and wished me a good day. He got in his car and he drove off, to which I closed my front door and said out loud, "What the fuck was that?" I then turned around and walked back to my room, sat down, and I checked my phone, and my friend texted me, Ethan, and it was like a paragraph-long text message saying, "I'm so sorry, bro, like, my parents were interrogating me about where I got the weed from, and then they went through my call history, and they saw you, and they just blamed it on you. Like, I didn't tell them anything, I promise." And I was like, okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Like, all good, man, don't worry about it. I hope things are okay. To which he responded and was like, "Nah, man, nothing's okay right now. Like, they called the cops on you. That's so fucked up. Like, are you okay, bro? Everything all good?" I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm fine. Like, the police officer just left. He literally was just responding to the call to be nice. He knew that he couldn't even do anything about it. And that was that." Now, that's pretty much where my involvement in things ends. But for my friend Ethan, shit got a lot worse. So his parents sent him off to live with his uncle for 4 fucking months. And while he was there, he wasn't allowed to talk to his parents, they wouldn't call him, and they practically disowned him for 4 months. I felt so bad for him, all over a little bit of weed. And I also found out how he got caught. He told me. A package arrived, and his parents opened it, because they opened all of his mail, and they just completely dissected the whole package and found the weed. And that's how he got caught. So, yeah, my friend got a very, very, very shitty 4-month grounding, basically. And that was that. When he turned 18, he moved out immediately. Now he lives with my friend, and they have like a house together. So he's away from his crazy-ass parents. So I guess now, you know, he has a happy ending. But back then, I felt so bad for Ethan, man. Like, his parents literally disowned him for 4 months. He couldn't call them, and they wouldn't call him. Like, he was on complete lockdown. So, yeah, moral of the story is, you should probably just avoid the dark web. That's pretty much all I have to say. But that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this story time. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below, and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys all later. Peace.
Even the night you be wanting to fight. When I pull up, you see it's like, oh shit. Cut all these ties cause they plan my demise. They all snakes and I think it's been showing. I got some issues, they haunting me daily. I'm losing my mind.